Introduction to Submission Helper, the Swiss Army knife of the VRFX IO department. This will be a quick tour of how Submission Helper operates. Please refer to documentation, code, or per-feature videos for more detailed explanation. The helper is split to top and bottom parts. The top part controls what you see in the bottom part. We can start in the Presets tab. Here you can load previously saved presets. You can also enable or disable modules to only show the tabs relevant for a particular preset. Let's jump to the Package tab here. When you drag a folder with the files to the helper interface, it will display the folder path here. Helper checks the parent directory of the package and detects previous sendings. If the name from the template is active, SH will rename the currently loaded folder according to template with the next version available. Preview shows the package name to be used for rename. After Helper recursively detects all the files present in the package folder, you can check them in the bottom Files tab. During the file detection, Helper tries to read as much file metadata as possible. It uses FFProbe, OEEO tool, parses nuke scripts, and uses many other methods to gather as much info about the files as possible. Depending on the number of files, the metadata read can take time, so please be patient. The comfortable way to check what metadata is to use Inspector tab. The top fields allow you to filter by file name, metadata key, and metadata value. So I can concentrate on EXR files only and only display metadata with time in the name. Right after reading the file metadata, Helper will do the parsing part. Parsing tab allows you to define custom per-file tokens. Those tokens can be derived from file name or file path, or from the file metadata. Parsing uses regular expressions. This is a powerful technique that can be complex to set up. Please consider using online regex sites to build and test your search patterns. For every file or file sequence Helper detects, it processes the parsing tab from top to bottom. Note that you can define tokens with help of tokens defined in the lines above the current line. For tokens with the same name, lower lines overwrite upper lines. There are 5 columns in the parsing tab. Name, the name of newly created token source. The source string for the pattern search. It can use tokens. Pattern, regular expression to define the pattern to search for in the source string. RePL, the replace expression. If empty, first matching group is used as an output. Filter, only process the line if part of the file name contains string and filter. For example, the first line defines the token name shot, that is derived from file name. Regex pattern searches for 3 groups of characters separated by underscore. Shot name is then defined in RePL string as a first and second group joined by underscore. You can use the Inspector tab to check the values while adjusting the expression. Sometimes the tokens parsed from file name or metadata are not enough for producing the outputs or checks required. Submission Helper can use additional information sources that can be paired to detected files, namely Aeon, Pipeline Database, FTrack Database, and CSV file. You have to specify the name of the Aeon project to read. The match group sets 1 to 3 conditions to check for matching the detached files to the Aeon database. The Aeon database lines matched to the submission lines are marked green. You can check the value of matched Aeon column in Inspector tab. Similarly, you can use FTrack tab to queue the FTrack database, including links and notes. Both Aeon and FTrack info can be exported to CSV files for further use. Maybe you do not want to let your vendors pull real-time data from your Aeon or FTrack, but you want to share with them the expected frame range for every shot they are assigned to. Easy, export the CSV file and distribute it to your vendor. The Data tab can be used to load arbitrary info and link it to the detected files in a similar way to Aeon and FTrack tab. Again, 1 to 3 conditions can be specified to link the CSV data to detected files. Sometimes you need to run additional processing or conversion to files you're about to send. Modifying timecode, creating thumbnails, converting XR files to preview MP4s, you name it. The Convert tab can do just that. There are 4 columns in the Convert tab line. If, the Python expression, to filter which files to apply the processing to. The executable to be used, some tokens are defined by helper installation, but any path will do. The command line arguments to be used, and the expected file name and path output. This is used for skip existing checkbox. The examples here will create color-managed thumbnails and H.264 previews from EXR file sequences. A long time ago, Submission Helper only exported 1 or 2 spreadsheets plus text file summary. The outputs are named Submission, Drive Log, and Text for historical reasons. The Spreadsheet tab defines the content, columns and values of spreadsheet outputs. All 3 outputs can be checked in the lower part of the interface. Columns are defined by a list of comma-separated pairs of column name and column content divided by equal sign. For each output, you can specify space-separated strings to find files that will be skipped, excluded, or required, included in file names. Submission Helper can do complex checks to make sure your package complies to requirements. See Checks tab. You can set up arbitrary checks that will fill the warning or error token for the detected files. Non-empty warning token will color the corresponding spreadsheet lines orange. Non-empty error token will color the lines red. The first check here is comparing folder path token pulled from ION database with shot name parsed from file name. The detected file will show an error if those are not equal. If and check conditions except Python code. Let's switch to Exports tab. Here you can define if submission, drive log, and text will be exported on pressing Go button. Note that you can choose to skip exporting the lines if the skip column name is not empty. Together with the split column option, those are handy when using the Submission Helper to ingest files in the ION pipeline. ION Publish tab assumes that your submission output is defined to the specs of ION Tray Publisher CSV ingest process. You can use the buttons next to Go to publish detected files directly from Submission Helper. If you happen to use Deadline Render Farm, you can even submit ION CSV ingest to the render queue. The Vendor tab is used to check and modify packages sent by vendors to the studio. It expects a package with a CSV file present. Spreadsheet Preferences JSON text is used to validate the vendor CSV file, expected columns names, defaults, and naming conventions. The purpose of Representation Preferences JSON is to define and check representations relationships. One package can often include a bunch of products from the same shot asset version, EXR sequence, MP4 preview, DNxHD move for editorial, Nuke script work file. Representation Preferences JSON can define how to recognize the CSV lines or representations that belong to identical product versions. It also defines expected file extensions and required representations for different tasks. This is a convoluted way to define spreadsheet cross-line relationships. Let's jump to Rename tab. You can use it for renaming the files by ever-changing client requirements. For example, some productions require a resolution folder in the form Chasha width x height in the path of delivered file sequences. Replace tab can be used to modify text files by searching and replacing the strings. Typically, this is used to modify the file paths when sending work files like Nuke scripts or Maya ASCII files from one studio to another. Expects a CSV file that defines the search and replace strings. Sidecar tab can be used to copy additional files from your project to the current package. For example, some productions deliver per-shot CDL files to VFX vendors and require to forward the CDLs to the finishing vendor together with finals. You can search your project for the CDL names and copy only the CDLs for shots you are delivering with one button press. I tried to describe the main features of the Submission Helper, the Swiss Army knife of the VFX IO department. I hope it will be useful.